Hey everyone, so this is the month of groundwork challenge, and this time we'll be doing a lunging at a trot and a lope over just a small jump. And the reason this can be important is for crossing puddles, getting in a horse trailer, going over a bridge, anything that you might get into on your day to day life out if you go on a trail ride or on the road, or even just loading them in the trailer. It's nice to have a go forward cue, and it's nice to know that you can have a cue to help your horse go forward over maybe something that they're not sure about. Now, mind you, you'll see a little bit of sweat between his back legs there. I've already walked, trotted for a few circles each way, so his legs are warmed up. You could put leg boots on for safety. I even had him lope 3 times before we did this each way, so his legs are good and warmed up. And that one was nice. We just trotted, but I'm clucking, I'm pointing, I'm driving, and then I'm letting him negotiate the angle. But that one he took poorly at a poor angle. So we hit it, but I don't get upset or anything. I just walk over, reset the jump. He's looking at it like, oops. And now he's standing on my rope. So now I'm going to have to get my rope off his foot and get reorganized. And so I just kind of ignore it all. And then I think about myself, what can I do to help him better? And I will try to set him up with more energy, because energy, momentum is what's going to carry you through things, especially with him having to jump. So I asked the canter, he gives a little kick out there when he goes into the canter, nothing big. He's on the correct lead. And then this time I am going to walk towards the jump. I'm going to cluck or smooch and point. And I said, hup, hup. And you can even use a word when you want him to jump, like hup. So I smooch and I say hup, and he jumps again. So that one was really nice. I'm going to have him go through one more time and then stop and pet him. And he jumps, and he did that one really pretty. And I asked him to whoa. He gets excited. His adrenaline. Now, here I made a mistake of walking to him too soon, and he walked to me. And because he's a in your pocket horse, I should have had him stop and stay out there and wait till we both had a chance to exhale and then walk and pet him. So I corrected that mistake, and then I'll let him catch his breath, and then we're going to go the other direction. So again, when you do a jump, you should do it at least a trot or a lope to keep that momentum. So I asked him to trot off. He took off it as a lope, but I just want to trot right now. And I want him to stay out of my space. I'm directing with my rope hand. I smooch with my for a canter with my voice, and I spank the ground to get him to move. Now I'm going to walk towards the jump, and I'm going to say hup, and he's going to jump nicely. And then I drive again. I smooch, and then I say hup, and he jumps again, and I'm happy with that. So this time I say whoa and ask him to stay out of my space, and we both pause, and then once I know he's stopped, then I come over and pet him. So I feel like that was a really good one. And I just like to show you guys different things I do, just again as part of our groundwork. I think it's important. If in the summer you don't feel like riding, it's hot, you can really do a lot on the ground with your open horses. But I will say knowing your horse is really important. I've the only horses I've ever been hurt on training horses for a living were clients' horses who didn't tell me all the details, and I may have skipped steps. And that's the only time I've ever gotten hurt on a client's horse. But horses I've started myself, horses I've known everything about, I feel like I have the closest connection, and we trust each other. We understand each other as far as communication of cues and all of that goes. And I really just think that's a really important part of horse training, is not just the relationship of the trust and the respect and the communication of cues, but knowing that your connection is really tight, that you like, if I'm going to run barrels on a horse, I want to run barrels on a horse that I can trust rather than a horse that fears me. So that's why I want a relationship built on a partnership. Obviously, I'm the alpha mare, I'm the mare boss, whatever, but it's a two-way street. I listen to them. I'm, well, I may lead the herd. I'm still very rewarding to him and all of that as well. So I think it's definitely a situation where you kind of got to pick your battles and know your horse, and I think all of those things make a big difference. And you can see where he kind of came in here and was kind of goofing off, and then we just didn't have a good angle, and that's why we hit on this one. But then we came back and we corrected things, and everything looked really good at this point, and it was just a nice loose rope. He's working really good, and overall, I feel like that ended on a good note. So this is another thing. Like I said, you just doing your groundwork. This is just first time in a year I've ever asked him to jump over a jump, and he was a good boy. We also will do it at Liberty as well, and he will stay with me. I have videos of that as well with no halter on in a big old 120 by 80-foot arena. He'll still stay because he enjoys our training sessions. So I think that's a really important thing that our horses do, like spending time with us. So thanks for watching, and I have an online coaching group where I teach everything from colt starting to competition and barrel racing and pole bending. So check it out at tlcbarrels.com if you want more information. Subscribe to my YouTube and give me a thumbs up if you like it, and you'll see all the videos that I post. And I have them organized in the members only website as well. Thank you.